Welcome back to Andersen Acres. If you've ever wondered how in the world people manage animals, gardens, kids, chores, projects, and still somehow have time to breathe, today's video is for you. We're talking about the everyday chaos of hobby farming and how we juggle it all without totally losing our minds. Most of the time. Sometimes we do lose our minds. Everyone's approach is going to be different. If you do something different than I do something, it doesn't make you wrong and it doesn't make me wrong. It means we found different methods, okay? But I'm going to talk about mine. So I want to talk about starting the day off right because that's important. Let's start with mornings. Because if you don't have a solid start on a farm, the rest of the day, well, it unravels like now. If you don't have a solid start, you're going to unravel before you've even had breakfast, and you're just going to move on with your day, and you're just going to be insane the rest of the day. Animals don't care if you don't sleep well or if you stayed up late watching goat videos on YouTube Shorts. I'm not confessing, but I'm just saying sometimes that happens. And we begin our day early because the animals don't care, and there's mosquitoes. They don't care about that either, but I care. I like mosquitoes. So, the animals want breakfast. First thing we do, we get out here and we feed everyone. While we're feeding everyone, we make sure everyone's alive. That is the chronic fear of hobby farmers, isn't it? We are all chronically afraid that we're going to come out and everyone's dead. Well, obviously everyone's not dead. Obviously, everyone is not dead. Okay? Everyone is not dead. They are over there, and they are over there, and they are over there, and they're back in those trees. They're not all dead. But still, there's a lot of animals hanging out and doing their thing and being turkeys and ducks and all kinds of cool stuff. So, they need breakfast. And we do that. We make sure they're all alive. Okay? We have goats and rabbits and ducks and turkeys and quail and chickens and horses and the barn cats and the dogs, and everyone needs food, water, and a quick health check. Are you all alive? That's important. Did you all make it through the night? And yes, sometimes we're doing this in pajamas. Usually we're doing it in pajamas. Okay? Usually it's pajama time. And mismatched boots because I still don't know who stole my other boot. I don't know. Somebody took my boot. Fashion isn't high on the list of chores out here. Once the morning chores are done, that's when the rest of the day really begins. That's my turkey. Hi, Blue. You're a fantastic turkey. So, the rest of the day, every single day, there's an animal that needs extra attention. On this particular day, when I'm filming, it was Stump the rabbit. She needed all the extra attention because she almost got murdered by a raccoon. And Tequila stopped it, thank goodness, because she escaped her pen. And when you escape your pen and you run into the bush and there's a raccoon, it's okay. Tequila was there. But still, somebody needs extra attention. It might not be a rabbit who's getting attacked by a raccoon. It might be a chicken that's limping, or a goat figured out how to escape the fence and you're searching the neighborhood again. Maybe the ducks decided the best place to bathe is in the dog's water dish again and the dogs are ticked. Okay? Every day it's a new surprise. On top of the animal care, there's the garden. That garden and the garden out back. So then we have the garden. We plant it with the best of intentions. Do we keep it perfectly weeded? No. Don't have time. But I do prioritize what must get done because you always have a handful of things that have to get done. Okay? And always put the have to get dones ahead of the kind of want to get dones. It's about priorities. Okay? So, harvesting before something bolts or goes bad. Getting the beans off the vines before the dang ducks get over there. Yes, we have experience with the ducks eating the stuff off the vine because they're ducks and they're buttheads. And I love them because they're ducks. You might have watering is needed unless nature handles that for us and we get a downpour. Also, there's mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. But nothing ever happens in a perfect sequence. Okay? You're not ever going to have A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. That's not the way it works. Usually by C, your entire day is screwed. I was going to say something else, but you get in trouble sometimes online. So I didn't. I'm proud of myself. I stopped myself. 3 cheers for me. I did not say it. Okay? Sometimes you get in trouble and they say, "Whoa, it's not appropriate for all ages." So we watch our mouth. We do not watch our mouth when the cameras aren't rolling, but we watch our mouth when the camera's rolling. And I warn everybody. So if you ever see me during a video go like this, it signals to anyone who's walking near that I'm filming and they need to zip it. They can talk. They just need to watch what comes out of my mouth. That's neither here nor there, though it is a part of my day, making sure nobody says anything bad on video. There are bad things. We don't say it on video. So, nothing is ever in a perfect sequence, okay? You might start out trying to clean the barn and end up chasing a goat through the corn. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. And then there's the normal everyday stuff that everyone has to do. Because somehow, amongst all the animals and the garden work and the hobby farming and homesteading stuff we do, there's the regular stuff too. And there's the mosquitoes biting my legs because I'm wearing a dress. I probably shouldn't be. Why am I wearing a dress? It's hot. It's hot. A lot of us are doing this heat wave thing right now. It's wrong. But normal stuff outside of the hobby farming and homesteading, we have the normal stuff that we have to handle. That means laundry and dishes and floors, especially in muddy seasons. I'm just getting a mosquito off my leg. But especially in muddy seasons with animals and children and adults who don't care that I just cleaned the floor. But, and turkeys that are in the garden shed knocking things over. I pick that up now. Whatever. Everyone tracks half the outdoors indoors. Okay? If you have children or people who don't care that you just clean the floor, you know what I'm talking about. If you have dogs, even if you don't have a hobby farm or a homestead, someone's always tracking in the entire yard and they're making a mess. And you have to clean it up because you can't live in a complete pigsty. Okay? You don't have to live in a pristine world. We don't. We certainly, there's dog hair and I just don't care because I sweep up the dog hair one time that day in that corner that it collects in when you sometimes see it in videos and it's all collected by the step in the living room. I sweep it up one time a day, and then I move on with my day, and I don't care. I'm not talking about that kind of thing. I'm talking about you can't live in an actual, disgusting, muddy house. You have to clean it up. We all do. Whether you have a hobby farm or not, you gotta clean it up. So we're doing that. There's also things like cooking from scratch most of the time, because that's what we do. And occasionally going, I don't care, I'm cheating. I am ordering out, or we are sending someone to town to pick up food, because I don't care. But the ordering out is rare. Mostly we're cooking from scratch because it's part of why we homestead. It's not always gourmet, but it's real food. It still takes time to prepare. Sometimes we're cooking if you have a small baby while wearing the baby. Sometimes you're cooking while you've also got a baby goat you're monitoring. Sometimes you're stopping to answer a question about homework. Sometimes you are stopping a dog from stealing someone's sausage off the table. Tequila. And there's also the food preservation and the canning and the dehydrating and the freezing, all of which we do, because when the garden goes wild, you better be ready or you've just wasted all of that produce, right? So, the system that keeps us sane, sort of sane. We kind of sort of have a sane system. How do we juggle it? First of all, routines. Routines and patterns will save you. Animals get fed at the same time. Garden gets checked once in the morning, once in the evening. Kids know when it's time to do their thing. So Tristan, this is his horse. He feeds Shadowfax. I swear to God, there's a lot of ducks here. Okay. Sorry, I'm confused by the number of ducks. There's a lot of ducks. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? So the kids know when it's their time to feed the horse, or Rowan feeds his rabbits, that kind of thing. We're flexible, but we stick to rhythms that work. The second trick is prioritizing. Like I mentioned earlier, Not everything can get done. That's right, Blue. Not everything can get done. Okay? And that's just going to be your perpetual life if you're hobby farming or homesteading. You have to pick what matters most. Sick animal, priority. Okay? That's urgent. Weeds, they can wait. I'm busy doing a sick animal, or I'm busy looking after a sick kid, or I have to get to my mom who's in the hospital, or whatever. So you have to prioritize. You have to make a list and be open to that list flexing as needed. Okay? Things like a cracked egg in the nest box, grab it now. If you notice that it's cracked, don't leave it there till they destroy it. Grab it now, because you're there anyway. But things like someone left the rake and your arms are full of baby goats, don't worry about it. Okay? Come back for the rake. You got the baby goats that need to be bottle fed. Prioritize. Decide what matters. Organizing the garage can wait till winter. Organizing the garden shed can wait till you're not busy with baby bunnies. Okay? Prioritize what actually works for you. So the third thing we do is teamwork. Okay? Now, I mostly do it on my own. And yes, I am a middle-aged, I hate saying that I'm middle-aged, but technically I am, middle-aged woman doing this. Okay? And no, I'm not married. Not anymore. But everybody helps. The kids help. My dad helps. In fact, over here, my dad is just walking past with water for the garden out back. Things are growing out there, by the way. We're really excited about potatoes. That has nothing to do with the subject of the video. I'm just saying we're really excited about the potatoes. They're looking good. And Blue thinks it's fantastic. He's about to go with them. Blue's feeling left behind. Blue likes to travel with people. Are they leaving you? I think he thought one of them was Rowan. He's like, well, this is depressing. Blue's funny. Anyway, we're really excited about potatoes. That's neither here nor there. But it's teamwork. Everyone helps. Even when my kids were quite a bit smaller than they are, they had their responsibilities. In fact, the outdoor rabbits, the Rexes, they are Rowan's. He handles the Rexes. Okay? All of the Rexes. And we're going to turn the camera past my pile of junk because there's more birds this way. Most of the birds moved. But, here's the birds. Hi, Tequila. So, part of the trick... Come here, sweetie. Part of the trick is going to be teamwork. Everyone participates. Okay? If you have young kids, maybe they can fill your watering can. Maybe they can put hay in the field, in the hay feeder. But they can do something. Okay? Get them to participate. The grown-ups obviously take mosquitoes, so that's what I'm doing. I use my ponytail like the horse does to smack away the bugs. But the grown-ups take on obviously a bigger chunk of the responsibility. The kids do a little less, but they do more as they get older. Now my kids are both teenagers, and Rowan looks after his rabbits pretty much without my help. Hi! We are all so noisy. We are all so noisy. We are all so noisy. Let's go back and see what everyone's doing over here. Now we're all over here again. We're all over here again, and they are so freaking noisy. Yeah. So, it's about teamwork. Nobody does it alone. Can you do it alone? Yes. Okay, so when my kids were young, and especially before my dad was available all the time, I did it by myself because my mom was not really able to help. Right? She was not really able to because she's very disabled, more disabled than I am. And my sisters have their own things going on. So when my kids were smaller, yes, I did it by myself. Now I have my two boys, and I have a lot of help from my dad, and every once in a while when my brother's over. But before that, I did it on my own. Also, it's really funny that there's a cat swinging on a planter. You can't see it, but I can. It's very funny. Let's see if we can turn the camera around and catch the cat swinging on the planter. Right there. And there goes Tequila. So yes, cat swinging on a planter, doing cat stuff. It's always chaos. You have to, no, he's leaving. You also have to anticipate the chaos. Also, figure out where tequila is. There she is, coming down the path. Vodka's over here. Anyway, nobody does it alone, okay? But let's be honest. This is a little chaotic because everything's happening all at once and there's so many bugs. The bugs are bad on a hobby farm in the summer. Don't even. So what doesn't get done? Lots. The dusting. You just decide you're not going to worry about it. Folding the laundry the moment it's done. You just let it go. Deep cleaning anything during hatching season or kidding season or baby bunnies being born or puppies. It's not worth it. And sometimes we eat cereal for dinner or something out of the microwave because that's what we're doing. Because a goat was in labor or because the rabbits had a baby or tequila went into labor or whatever. No one remembered to defrost something. Things happen. But that's the trade-off. Some things slip, and that's okay. You learn to live with a little mess when you're living a full, messy, beautiful life. The real secret to juggling everything? Passion. Okay? We love this life. We love our animals. We love it even on the hardest days. Even when we're knee-deep in mud, or someone forgot to latch the chicken coop, or, heaven forbid, one of our rabbits passed away, or vodka overreacts to Tristan carrying something. It happens. We do it because it's ours. This is our own little slice of heaven, because it teaches our kids responsibility and empathy, because we believe in knowing where at least some of our food comes from, because we like the chaos more than we let on. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy the multiple minutes of chaos that happen multiple times in a filming session. It's fun. Sometimes I edit out the chaos. I didn't in this video. And yes, absolutely, take breaks when you need them if you can. Rest is a part of the rhythm. Fit in a nap. Okay? The laundry in the dryer can wait. Go lay down for half an hour. It makes all the difference. Okay? Not forcing yourself to do more than you actually can. Scheduling your day properly. And not thinking you can do absolutely everything, absolutely every day. Some things are going to get missed. Some things are going to get pushed till tomorrow, or next week, or next month. Okay? Remember that most things don't have to be done today. Most things can be done on Friday. They don't have to be done today. So don't be afraid to push things around if you have to. Now that's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. Drop a comment below and let us know what's the biggest thing you juggle in your life. Or tell us what part of farm life you'd love to try, or what part of your current farm life you love the most. I'd love to hear your stories. We'll see you tomorrow.